We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let's go. Let's do it. Here we go, here we go. 90, Wolf. 54. It's a party now.
The first carry now. This is Hill. And not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Operating from the gun, Valentine. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching...
And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. And now you've got to make the change up. And it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Second and 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Hill. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the gun on 3rd down, Valentine. He's got his tight end Fant. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the gun, Coleman. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 22. Draw play, and it's Snell. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 2nd down, it's Snell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run with Ware. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And Gay knocks this one through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 1st down, Nicholas. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Valentine. He completes this to Sutton. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Valentine. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, Valentine. This is the tight end fan. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Check 99. Check 99. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Get it.
Snell on the shotgun handoff. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you. 56. 56, right? 5.
From the gun, Coleman. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And now he'll tuck it and run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
On 1st down, Coleman. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 27-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Valentine. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Coleman. He may try and run for this. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Go now. 50, play.
56. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Get it.
From the gun, Coleman. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun, Coleman. He gets it to Thomas. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Looking to throw. Coleman to the end zone, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Right there.
To throw on 3rd down, Coleman. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Gay's kick is good. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Mike 54.
Ready, go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, Valentine. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through, and that will get him one closer. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Throwing on 1st down, Valentine. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Okay, just like that.
2nd and 13. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for number 12. Incomplete. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. You better bring it. You better bring it.
From the gun, Valentine. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Valentine. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Let's go. Hey, exit. Let go. Let go.
On third down, Coleman. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
First down at the 42-yard line.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
15.
To throw on second down, Coleman. And Thomas has it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. Complete to Newsom. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Here's Snell. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Hard.
Hey, watch it.
Be grip.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Valentine. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
First down, Denver.
This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Valentine. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Looking to throw. Valentine. And he's going to go down again. Jonathan Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Valentine. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. McManus's point after is good, and that will shave one more off this lead. Still just a 2-score game in the 3rd quarter, but they're going to go onside kick here anyway. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Hey, Echo, 50 plants.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
On 1st down, Coleman. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Washington. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Snell. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Right there.
10 more yards. Justin Simmons on the tackle.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Look at me. Go. Get it.
A quick pass out to Juju. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run with Snell. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Ready?
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Rock it.
Here's Snell yet again. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First down, and it's Hill again. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Valentine. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On 1st and 10, Valentine. Over the middle, complete. That's Barker. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Snell on 3rd down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Valentine. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's your time, baby. We get it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Throwing after the interception. Valentine. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Steelers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.